Terminator Genisys. Time is the denominator. When machines and time machines dominate a script, it's more sci-fi and special effects than acting or action. But there's a thick irony here. The chief villain in the film turns out to be our growing use of technology. Skynet, the ultimate evil machine who wants to rule the world, is the same as Genisys. And Genisys is the system that links all items of technology that humans have become so dependent on. The irony is that director Alan Taylor overuses technology to tell this tale. But it is an interesting tale. It's 2029, Skynet and the machines who had taken over the world in 1997 have been put down by human John Connor and his men. But in one last ruthless attempt to outdo the humans, Skynet has sent a Terminator back in time to 1984 to get rid of John's mother Sarah Connor so that he'll never be born to challenge them. In a clever counter-move, John too sends his trustworthy man Kyle Reese back to 1984 to destroy the Terminator and save his mother. But not only can young battle-equipped Sarah Connor look after herself, the bad Terminator has already been demolished by protective Terminator who becomes her pops. Both Terminators are Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course. With Kyle joining Pops and Sarah, it's a threesome against Skynet alias Genisys. There's an intricate network of relationships built as Sarah is still single and hunky Kyle finds her beautiful. Oh, it means Kyle's leader John in the future is actually his son. With dizzy time travel, Kyle also meets himself as a little boy and asks him to remember that Genisys is Skynet. If that's confusing, it's also disturbing that the good John Connor of the future is actually the real bad machine. So Sarah and Kyle must put down their own future son. More complications. Every time a bad machine is destroyed, it restructures itself and returns. So you never know when it's all going to end, or who's good and who's impersonating whom. But there are enough thrills and edgy moments to keep it going. Arnold Schwarzenegger as the good and the bad Terminator has a line that's a reminder about his real off-screen self. "I'm old," he says, "but not obsolete." I agree. The Terminator franchise is not yet obsolete, but it's begun to creak in many places. For a franchise that's high-tech all the way, Terminator Genisys gets a 2.5-star rating.